Nuke stream 100%. I hope so not. I think the market looks good. One of the reason I came on stream is because I just longed BTC around like 850 900 with a very tight invalidation. Uh, and I didn't want to like continuously create like confusion in the group with calling out longs and closing it. So I thought like why not let's come on stream because it's a tight invalidation and I can just monitor it being live on stream and tell you people when to close or if you want to close or not. But yeah, I'm currently long BTC. I think we should be getting a squeeze into 59 sorry 62ish soon. My invalidation is like if I begin to see weakness below 59.2, I'll run out of my position. But overall, I think even if uh even if it starts to show weakness below 59.2, I'd probably like cut my position and then look for a long again at the sweep. But overall, I think higher time frame things are shaping out pretty well. Because yeah, I did share my plan of I just how you brother doing good, Tabish. What about you? Um, I just like when I was super confused this evening on what to expect from the direction on the market, I was like, okay, let's invert the chart and see if this looks as bullish as bearish it is looking in the normal chart, right? Because when I was looking at this for the past day or two, I was like, any push up for me should be a short opportunity for a move back down into 54K, right? But then I was like, okay, let's invert the chart. Uh, and then I found this. This is like a structure where like we have so many top structures on the alts that I have seen in the past. Like on the right, Jupiter is a very nice example. So look at this inverted chart on BTC, where you have this. uh, okay, let me see if I could make sense of what I am trying to say. But look at the stop move on BTC. Look at the stop move on Jupiter. Uh, rejection back down, went within the range. Within a range, top deviation went into this ascending pattern and then broke down, right? This is what kind of I am expecting on BTC. Like if we just talk about this inverted chart, I think we get a breakdown into like 64 at least in a day or two. Uh, there are like multiple examples. I think VIF also had a very similar chart where we had a top run, went into a range in ascending manner, gave a top deviation, and then broke down. BTC inverted to me looks very, very similar to that. Also, a few other confluences that I have is one, stocks showing insane strength. We just made new weekly highs, still holding pretty strong after the initial rejection, about to be making new highs probably soon. Then when I look at this flow on BTC, they are constant spot bid since yesterday. So overall, I think things are shaping out for a move into 64K soon. Whether it's from here, where I have given it a try with a tight invalidation. If not here, then probably sweep of these lows and then a move back down, which I'll try to re-long. But for now, I'm long with the tight invalidation on BTC and ETH. Uh, So my entry is around 59.8. Invalidation extremely tight, around 59.2. Uh, and I think when I look at this inverted chart, this looks like a perfect roll down setup where we are constantly making lower highs. Uh, and all this eventually leads to a puke down. I have a strong confidence of we pushing into 64K this week, to be honest. Whether it's from here, I hope so. Even if not from here, then I'll book small loss over here and try to re-long at the sweep of the lows and then back into 64Ks. Did you went long? Yes, I am. We have FOMC minutes today. Uh, that is most of the time nothing burger. Like I don't remember a single FOMC minutes that resulted in any significant move on any side. So, uh, but ETH, those equal are hurting my eyes. I don't care about equal lows if those come on ETH, to be honest. Like most of the bottoms you have gotten on ETH, most of the time you got those. Man, so many alts look good. So, but yeah, to answer your question, just study most of the past bottoms on ETH this summer. Most of them had equal lows below, so I don't care much about them. Um, a lot of alts look super good, man. I think if we push from here, a lot of people would end up getting sidelined. To be honest, like even TIA. Yeah, I think TIA is a good setup. To be honest, 5.07 daily level we broke down now this good looking deviation back above. As long as we close this 4 hour above 5.07, I think this is a good, really good setup for a, like at least for a 10-15% move. Another, wow, I fumbled this. A 10% fucking move on FTM, insane shit. uh we were long on FTM and I ended up closing it break even. Bad fumbles today. 10% move, insane. Um, Another alt setup that I really like is Ondo. The reason I say that is because we have talked about in the past how this is a significant level on Ondo, 0.650. And then this looks like a really good looking consolidation above this daily level. There are so many alts looking good right now, to be honest. Overall, favoring a move up this week. A bit sad. I didn't manage it really good for the group today, despite playing past days really good. But yeah, it is what it is. But right now I'm long BTC, ETH, and Ondo. I'm not focused too much on meme coins, to be honest. It might be one of the first times um, that I am bullish on market and I'm not using memes as beta too long because most of them have been first of all trading really poorly past days, poor structures, and don't look that interesting to me. Like lately, instead of memes, there are dead L1s that have been catching strong bids, and I am talking about coins like FTM, FTM. TIA had a good run, not now, but FTM, TIA, SUI, INJ, right? These dead L1s, then some of DeFi's. So I think I'm first of all, to be honest, not too much into alts right now. I have just good size long BTC ETH and just a Ondo position. But memes, I don't find anything interesting on the meme side. Just look at the strength on stocks, man. Most memes are making bearish retest. I won't follow those bearish retest. I agree with what you are saying. I saw a lot of those myself too. But obviously, if BTC breaks here, which I am expecting, those would give some moves up as well. But I think you are much better here just focusing on BTC. Some of the alts that I find have good setups, like TIA, really nice looking setup. Ondo, INJ is looking really good as well. So wow, stocks almost me getting back into the highs, fucking insane. I think it's matter of time. BTC begins to catch up. Look at stocks, insane. uh, Nairo is scary. I think Nairo is done for now. The reason I say is remember the Nairo long we took like a day ago. Yesterday we got like a 14% move, but my main thesis behind Nairo going up was the Bybit spot listing, right? So steady coins like Mog, Popcat, even Whiff, I believe. I'm not too sure about Whiff. So so far the memes I have seen on Bybit, how it goes for them is that if most of them, if they have perps listing before and then they later get the spot listing, most of them give a decent move going into the spot listing. That is where we long Nairo for the 14-15% move we got. and usually after the spot listing they top out for a decent amount of time, and that's what you are seeing on what you are seeing on Naira, in my opinion. So probably just ignore Naira for a while now. Curious HPJ regarding the flip flop on BTC. Did you psychologically get scared when we did that flash dip early, or was the actual TA reasoning behind it? Um, Ragnaros, I think. I never get scared of things. I actually didn't have a strong conviction longing them, right? So I was like, so you stick to your setup when you have strong conviction longing them, right? I did not have them. I did not even have them the second time. And I wouldn't even have longed right now if I didn't end up inverting my BTC chart and then looked at the spot flow, which I don't know why I have it. I had not been looking at the spot flow since morning on BTC. Right now, I just looked at the spot flow. I looked at stocks grinding back into the highs. I inverted my BTC chart, and now I have a much stronger conviction than I had earlier this evening, right? So I still believe those were bad plays to be taken. Uh, right? It's not that now they ended up playing well, so it was wrong closing them. I still think it was right closing them, because if you are entering plays with half conviction or plays just based on your guts, you shouldn't be doing that. So I think that's the reason I ended up closing them, because I wasn't having much of conviction behind those plays. It happens sometimes, but yeah, it is what it is. Saying that he's long, yeah, I am long BTC and ETH. I need a hmm, I need I flip flop a lot over PNL, even if no, I wasn't flip flopping over PNL. I never do that. I never even watch my PNL while trading. Uh, but yeah, it was just like me doing shit trading this evening. Even though we didn't end up taking any loss or something, but yeah, it was still shit trading from my side. I need to swap euro to USD, and if euro USD is higher, then I can get more USD also. I want to get. First of all, I don't do much of like my TA or stuff on forex, and I'm not sure if I can give you much of like forex advice, but I can look at DXY, because like euro DXY kind of like inverted charts. Uh, the point is, what do you want to do? I forgot. You want to? You want to swap your euro for USD? Is that what you want to do? Okay. I think this is a good place you could try, to be honest. Yeah, because dollar is at a big support. Like this has been the support on dollar since 2022. Yeah, this also worries me. Why did you have to ask me about the dollar chart? Because this now reduces my conviction on my longs once again. Like dollar is at one of the biggest macro support it has since 2022. Euro, let's look at euro. Wow. Hmm. Okay, a bit tricky. Usually these charts are like go very well in hand. Where like most of the time dollar is at support and euro uh is at resistance, but mm, euro is a weird chart. But if I was looking at this chart alone, dollar is at a massive support. It's almost 2 to 2.5 years range lows. Yeah, so in summary, if you want the answer to your question is this is level you observe. I would still not do what you want to. Like you are kind of wanting to long DXY, right? If I have to talk in layman terms, swapping your euro into a dollar. Now, if I have to long something that's selling this aggressively into range lows, the least I would want to do is wait for a bit of consolidation, right? Because it could very well just pierce through these range lows. So I think give it a day or two, because dollar isn't something like BTC that would just do some like a V-shaped recovery or something, right, from here. So give it a day or two. If it begins to consolidate here, that's your trigger to be bullish on dollar and probably swap your euros for your dollar. Yo, yo, OG, how you doing, brother? TIA looks prime. I agree. A lot of halts too. A lot of halts too. Why did you have to show me this dollar chart, man? Like, I started the stream being really bullish on the market, and then you showed me this. Let's see. uh, doing good, Whale. How you doing, brother? When check DMs, what did you send me? I'll do it right after the stream. Sent you some nasty things. Uh, okay, I'll look at it soon. Please provide a session on Coinalize. Explain the use of Tavish. I think you have been on the streams for a long time, and I've done like multiple sessions by now. There's also like go on to the recording of my streams. I did like a specific 1 or 1.5 hour long session on Coinalize, uh, on how to interpret things like CVD, OI, liquidations, and all that stuff. Ondo ripping, yeah, I'm long Ondo. How do you decide what coins to long? I feel there's so much options now to choose from. Just have a good long list, no? Or maintain a good list of Bybit or Binance, and then just arrange them in ascending order, arrange their pairings maybe in ascending order, and see what coins are looking bullish on the day. Where did you post the learning content on Coinalize stuff? Some of it is pinned in my corner, and I think I need to write down that date. There is always someone on the stream who remembers the date at which we did the Coinalize session. If that person is still on the stream, uh, there must there's a like a recorded lecture in the recording section. 27th June. Yeah, probably that's the date. Hopefully that's the date. So yeah, you can go on to recordings. Uh, go on to the recordings of HBJ and search for like 27th June something. There is like an hour long session specifically on Coinalize and stuff. You're welcome. Do you ever chart alts against BTC? You mean like BTC pairings? Not that much to be honest. Like mainly I do that on like ETH and majors, like just to see what how Sol and ETH are performing. Uh, yeah, BTC sending. It was a good decision to enter long. I think 60.5 would be the first trouble area. Mahmood Mahir, I am just like I don't have any stop loss on any of the positions I talked about. I'm monitoring it. Anything below 59.2, I'd probably cut it out. Because these are just Titan validation plays that I take. This is why I didn't call out, and I just came on stream to discuss these plays, so I don't get constant tags of stop loss and stuff. Someone asked a long question. What is your setup in technical analysis? And do you notice any other extra indicators, like any other macro factor? Recording, it's a later answer. Uh, I think you wrote a decent English there, no? So probably you'd understand what I say. But yeah, coming to answer your question, intraday, I don't think you need to be looking that much on any of the macro factors. Macro factors mainly you should be concerned if you are into like long-term investing and you want to, gauge what stage of cycle we are in on market and stuff. But if you're talking about anything outside of crypto to look at on your intraday trading, then time to time I look at like stocks or something. Like one of the reason for me longing BTC here was looking at stocks making, almost grinding back into new weekly highs, right? So like for example, if stocks are doing something like this, I wouldn't be bothered much, right? Like if they are just ranging, chopping around and something like that, I won't be bothered. But then on the other hand, if I see stocks being like what how being okay, Nasdaq is way more volatile than ES, but yeah, if I see ES being like what 1.4% away from its all-time highs, and then it making new weekly highs, that kind of indicates me, especially when BTC is lagging this much. This kind of indicates me that there is going to be a strong catch up very soon, right? I kind of wrote a thread on the correlation between stocks and crypto in like a day or two ago, where you don't have to look for these correlations like every day, but when like for example the last time you saw a major sell off on stocks, this entire time was where you could have pretty much ignored what's happening on the stock side if you're intraday trading. But the time we broke above this daily supply and we started heading closer and closer to the all-time highs, that's where crypto started catching up pretty strong, right? And something similar I expect happening over here as well, as long as we are slow grinding up on stocks. So I think stocks is something I look at occasionally. If there's something special happening, like it is right now when they're getting closer to their all-time highs. Occasionally dollar if they are at a major level. Like right now, this is a chart to be observing for coming days, to be honest, because it is at a 2.5 years long range lows. So if you see a bounce from here, this could be a bit risk off, further risk on markets. So I think only looking at dollar and stocks, if they are doing something major, is all you need in your intraday trading. I don't think you need to be looking at any other macro factor, especially for intraday trading. Have a good stream, boys. It's raining here. What the fuck? We'll go enjoy the rain. What are you like? A 10 years old? What do you want to do in the rain, and how would you enjoy the rain? I took some small profits on my BTC and ETH position. If anyone took this play, it's almost like 1 hour already, and moved my stop break even. But yeah, short play is out of context for coming days. So like uh, the last plan I posted in my corner. delete that. I'm no longer interested in shorts. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see if we get any pullback from here so that I could call anything for the group as well officially. Hmm. I didn't think so, Groot. I think we are heading on to 64-ish at least. You joined a stream a little late, but I gave my thoughts and reasoning behind that. Hmm. And the reason why I long BTC. Hmm. I'm gonna shoot myself. Why? Like 62 is still like nowhere near. So why does not shorting at 62K concerns you? When did you long BTC? Like right when I hopped on stream. Like the reason I hopped on stream uh is to share my long setup on BTC because I didn't want to call again because it would seem so confusing because I already called and closed break even two of the longs. So I didn't want to like do it again. Don't worry, Groot. I don't think even if I'm bullish and I think we are heading into 64K soon, uh, still expect a summer price action and expect it to play out gradually, right? So I think we'll get something to long soon, like a small rejection from here, retest back 59.5, 59.6, and then probably back down. Don't chase the moves in these conditions. I've already booked like partial profits. Hmm, market's looking real good. Only thing that is something to be watching for is this dollar approaching like a yearly support over here. Apart from that, I think every single thing looks primed for a break in coming days. Hmm. Yeah, BTC is going. How many of you managed to enter this these long setup that we started the stream with? I still feel a little sad of not officially calling this play. But a good learning, to be honest. Like if you feel, uh, I think it's one of the best things to do when you feel confused on the market, like I was feeling this evening. Invert your charts. Uh, a lot of them, a lot of time, they start to give you some more clearer picture. Like I inverted the chart and I was like, no way, this looks bullish. Like I was like, okay, I would I want to long this chart? And I was like, no way, that this pretty much looks topped out and something that is about to break down. So a lot of time, if you feel confused about what to expect on the market and you're not getting good read, try to invert your charts. Like when it was the normal chart, I was like, I don't want to long with these lows not yet taken and stuff. Then I inverted the chart and I was like, this looks really bearish and no way these highs get taken out, right? These are like lower highs that just result in a puke down. Yeah, I think this heads into 64K soon. How to invert chart for real Tavish. I think this was the first thing I learned in my TA, how to invert charts. Like, go to this right bottom right settings, right? The panel where you have your prices, you have a setting option in the bottom right. Click on that. Then there is this. Where did it go? Wait a minute. Where did my invert? Okay, yeah, here it is. In the fifth option, you have invert. Yeah, yeah. I think we are going to rip strong. I feel sad on fumbling these plays for the group, even though I'm like in, in really good profits myself. Uh, because it was such a tight invalidation play. Like I'm already up almost 1.5 hour on most of my longs. No pullback. I think we get one more pullback to trap people. So don't FOMO here, I would say. I'm actively looking to call some longs for the group too, because I feel sad of not calling. So, but I think we get one more trap for the people. Maybe after the sweep and stuff, but I'll be calling out longs, don't worry. And I think we get some sort of pullback. We share the profits, so all win. Do you want me to share the profits with everyone? Don't FOMO here. Funding is still neutral. Stop looking at fundings, man. Funding is the most irrelevant concept in these conditions. But the point you said that it's a spot driven push, yes, it is. That was one of the confluence for me longing. Yeah, spot still leading. Insane. I didn't think so, bro. Bravo, Coiner. I think market is good. Like a pullback, I'd be happy to get. But overall, like if you are expecting a big nuke because of dollar support, it is something to be observing. But let's see, man. Maybe something like this, to be honest. Bro, can you show me how you see that spot is leading the pump? I'm not familiar. Okay, so one thing I could do is wait a minute. You can have this. You're familiar with AWGR, right? No? Okay. This is the template. First of all, it's not mine. Just as a disclaimer, I got it from Pat like few years back. Uh, and secondly, go to a what's the website name? I always forget the yeah. This is the Yeah, A double GR dot trade, double GR dot trade. Go on to this website. You there you will see like the default uh, default interface, which doesn't tell you much. Go on to the settings in the bottom right, then go on to add template, and then add the one I shared. You'd get to see the spot CVDs and perps and everything. Hmm. Yeah, ETH is going good. I'm soon looking to book the profits. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, I think I will now. This looks like a good stocks catcher. Plus, we approached this trend line. Yeah, I'm closing my longs fully. Was good playing. Now let's wait for a pullback, and probably I'll call officially for the group as well. So yeah, those who followed the setup from the beginning of the stream, I have TP'd fully all my longs. Now let's wait for a mini pullback, and I'd give a long for the group as well. Groot, I don't want to FUD anyone's setup, right? Wood always has been insane. Uh, in catching top shots and bottom shots. Um, and again, by how far I know his trading style, um, if he get his shots filled and he gets like a 1-2% rejection out of it, he'd probably be booking some profits and moving stops and stuff, right? So I'm not saying that there would be like no rejection from 61.8 to 62K area, right? I'm not saying it's just going to be a single candle into 64K. Uh, all I'm saying is I'm not favoring shorts now that much as I was like earlier today or yesterday or a few days back. You use EMS? No, I don't. Moon traders strike again. Wasn't there a bearish moon instead? How could like moon traders win? What coins are we playing on pullback? Good question. I think the one that were over like sold the most past days. Those are the ones I believe would give strongest mean reversions. So things like TIA, I think this could be a good setup shaping up. Ondo, I believe, is something that could give a good push up as well. So Ondo, TIA, INJ, uh, yeah, maybe ETH. Also, like we didn't talk about how insane the timing on Vitalik tweet was. Like I think he bull posts on ETH like first time in years. Like I haven't seen him doing it like since 2020, 2021, and he literally does it like at the 1 second bottom, I believe. Like his tweet was right over here. Yeah, he tweeted literally over here. Fucking insane. That Longwood man. Yeah, I think this is where we could get a pullback from. Don't FOMO here. Thoughts on Saul? I think Mahmood, especially after Vitalik's tweet today, uh, I think people FOMO into ETH more. Like you can see ETH leading the move right now as well. And probably ETH leading again means that Sol bleeds more. Sol to BTC bleeds more. Obviously, pairing could just like range or give small moves up, dragged by BTC. But overall, I think if ETH starts to trend again in coming days, which I don't know how good I would feel about, but yeah, I think coming days ETH could do better than Sol. But yeah, don't FOMO into longs right here. I know we started the stream at a really bullish note, and we have gotten a decent move after that, but still, this is summer price action. Nothing is going up in a vertical line. Book some profits, now wait for a pullback, and then we relong stuff. Big difference between spot and perp price on Binance, is it? Let me confirm. So, Binance spot is trading at 615 and perp is trading at 585. So 615 minus 585 is what? 20 $30 difference. That isn't that much. Had how do I read? So well, I think the most like useful part of this entire interface is the center one, right where you are getting the in the top panel you have so S means spot. So on the upside you have Binance Spot, Bitfinex Spot, Coinbase Spot, and OKX Spot. On the bottom panel you have Bybit Perps, Binance Perps, Bitfinex Perps, and OKX Perps, right? And if you want to see like the summary of all these spot and perps bidding, that lies in the CVD lines between these two panels, right? The blue and the pink line, where blue is the spot and the pink is the perps. And you could pretty much see like if blue is leading on a move up, and most of the if most of the rejections are coming from just pink line rejecting, that tells you there's real strength in the move, right? Also, if you want to see individual exchange biddings, then you can focus on the individual bars of the exchanges, right? Like if you want to see if Coinbase is bidding or not, like the exchange I am most concerned on, you can pretty much focus on the CB bracket S thing, right? That gives you the Coinbase bidding thing. On the left side, there is on the left you get overall like the I'm talking about the top left. You get like overall summary of spot and perps along with price. On I think the most useful is the middle panel, and also another useful is the top right panel, right, where you have the prices to see which exchange is trading at a premium, right? So usually if I have to look at whether Coinbase has a premium compared to the perps pairing, you can pretty much look at the top right corner of it. Then what else could be useful? If you're too much into order books, then you can look at the bottom panel where you are getting like every exchange orders live. I don't see it that much. This is why you can just drag every panel. So I have dragged the top three panels to the downside to the fullest because I don't usually look at the orders. So just to make my screen more clean, I just I just focus on the top three panels of this interface. Hope that helps. What will be good area for shorting FTM? Shorting the leading coin? I won't want to do that. Let's see. I don't think I'd want to short here, especially looking at stocks. Web name Tabish, it's AGGR, and I've also shared the interface, the template above which you could use. Hmm. Let's try to find some interesting alts because I think this entire week I haven't been much looking at alts, just playing around with BTC. Which alts do you people think look really good? Obviously, you had to say Mu crude. Okay, let's start with that. Mhm. Uh, yeah, I think let's also look at the Binance chart on Mu. Mm. Yeah, I think these two, like, yeah, anything for me to be, getting. First of all, this is like the first time I'm not that much interested on the meme coins because most of them don't look that good. Uh, but I'd only be interested in Mu if it ends up flipping above this level at least. Like the high time frame trigger to be really bullish on Mu would be like acceptance above 513. This this would be really bullish looking on Mu, but at least you'd want to get this flip first. Anything below doesn't look that good, to be honest. If you don't mind, could you please explain how to add this? Did you find the? I would like to enter BNB because of CZ leaving jail. Yeah, that's a good narrative that you can pre-position for. So we can have a look on BNBs. Uh, if you don't mind, could you explain how? So yeah, Tabish, did you find the template that I shared above, the TXT file? Okay, let me do like a quick screen share of the browser. Just to end the confusion for once and all. Uh, okay, so once you load onto your AWGR, it would look something like this. Let me remove this. Yeah, it looks something like this, right? Now click on to the bottom right, three dots you have. Go on to settings and click on new, upload template file, and then scroll from wherever you uh, had that template downloaded, and here you go. Clear? Now we can move on. I feel like we are flipping 60.5 right now and going straight to 64. Ah, wow. Okay. Did I close my longs too early? I TP'd around like 60.6. Ah, man, I don't know. Still feels like it would give a pullback before up. Let's see. Hmm. Let's look at Sol because most of the time I look at Sol on what to expect from the list of alts, whether we should start taking some catch-up play on alts or not. Hmm. No, I don't think I would. Sol 143 is a major level. Uh, right now, it just kind of doing this underside retest. Unless I get like a bullish 4 hour close above 143, I won't be chasing move on BTC. If we get a strong 4 hour close above 143, I'd probably look for some good alts long. Till then, I'm waiting. Sundog? Is it the Tron meme coin, right? Yeah, Tron meme coin. I know what to say about these. The charts like these, like these are like pretty new. Did a 10x. Uh, I think more fundamental goes into such plays than I could do like my TA on. It's already 10x, man. Like, what's the market cap on it? And what's TRX doing? Oh, is it still 200? If it did a 10x and is still at 200, so was it listed at like what, 10, 20 million market cap on Mixi? Hmm. I don't think I'd buy here, to be honest. After a 10x run, the least you could wait for is like a standard 40-50% pullback, maybe. Like, if you get anything around here, this could be a good buy on Sundog, to be honest. Something like this, I'd really like. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to enter after it's done at 10x. And not only just because it did a 10x, but also TRX is approaching a major level. So kind of consider this as a TRX beta, right? Both of them are looking like they could cool off on intraday, like at least lower time frame. Yeah, even TRX. Yeah, I won't enter here. The least you should be waiting for is a standard 40-50% pullback rule on these memes. Anything around 15 or 14.50, that's your buy zone. Your thoughts on short FTM? One advice I would give you is, which has worked really well for me, whenever you are long on a good on any good move or on a good coin, just book profits. Like if you want to short, then just book profits on a long and sit on your hands. All like booking profit on a long doesn't always mean that you should now flip short. Uh, Especially on something like that's been trending strong. So I wouldn't advise shorting FTM. Let's long banana. I haven't looked at this coin for a while. Can have a look. No. Hmm. Looks interesting. Hmm. I know. I don't find a good setup on this coin yet. Like if you're longing here, your stop would be at least like 7%. Hmm. Nah. I think the least I would wait on this is a break above 48. So a good thing to wait on banana is flip here. That's where you could try like once it gets above this 48 area on hourly, you can try a position with like a 4-5% stop loss or something, right? That's a much better setup to be taking than longing right under this resistance. Wait for this break. Hmm. Wow, what a bullish Farley close, man. Hmm. This looks insane. Like if this was a all chart, I would be looking for a breakdown very soon coming on this coin. Look at how similar these two charts look. Where you had the stop move, uh, then started ranging in this ascending manner, top deviation, and broke down. I think BTC does something like this. But let's see if we are able to get this. I think 59.7 would be a great longing opportunity if we get. Well play. Spot correctly the 5K I put in for my mother that I turned to 9. I took out then put back and now it's 13. Insane. Good play. She's killing the game and I'm getting chopped. How are you getting chopped, Crude? What did you do? Like it's always good to reflect on the mistakes you made so that you don't do it again. Hi, Offset. How you doing, brother? Hmm. I didn't listen. I didn't stop and just watch for 15 minutes, like you say. I still didn't get like. I am asking for specifics, right? Like what specific mistakes you made. I have an interview this Friday, so prepare me. So preparing for that should give me job, please. I really pray that you're able to secure it. To be honest. Hmm. When are you looking to play TIA or Rondo? I'm waiting for Sol. If this 4 hour closes above 143 on Sol, I'd be looking for some odds long. Hmm. I didn't trust my longs. They went under, so flipped short, but my longs actually did work and got hit both ways. Impatience. Uh, Root one advice I would give you about what you did is, first of all, never immediately flip your bias or a position, right? If you feel like doing it, stop trading, right? Like for example, if you feel like you had a bias too long and a setup too long, and you somehow ended up fumbling it, or now you don't have that conviction any longer, don't immediately flip short. Just stay patient and just do nothing, right? Like for example, I did the same this evening, right? But now imagine if I ended up flipping short, then I wouldn't have been that flexible to get long again like I did right before the stream, right? So if you have a good bias of longing or a good long setup and then end up losing conviction, then just do nothing for the rest of the day. Don't flip flop or like immediately flip short or something. If I secure it, it means I put more money into internet coins. Yeah. I hope you get it because I can relate to that, and I strongly believe that for anyone to perform good in crypto and do well in this market, he has to be having some sort of like a second income, or to have their like at least their monthly and their regular expenses taken care of, so that they can then start gambling in crypto. Income, just another way of fuel addiction to. Yeah, but like at least when you're earning, even if you're like putting decent amount of it back into crypto, at least you are like taking some of your money out for your expenses and stuff, right? You don't have to solely be dependent on crypto to meet your expenses. And I think that is something, that's kind of liberty that every person should have before they enter crypto. Because if you're trading or like being in this market and assuming that you would be able to meet your expenses through this, then good chances are that you do like big psychological mistakes and end up ruining everything for you. Did you start as trader? What do you mean by that? No risk trading still hard, bro. If you don't feel like in touch with the price action, then it's good to be sitting on your hands. I personally believe, and I always say, trading conditions are very subjective for person to person. But for me, like the for this month of August has been like one of the best intraday trading conditions this summers, to be honest. Good ranging price action where you could trade both sides. Cleaner price action, I would say, as long as you are not like expecting any sort of strong trend, as long as you are expecting range. It is one of the cleanest price actions where you could play both sides and do good on in your intraday trading. Full-time trader here, brother. No side jobs. No, I'm not saying it's bad to be full-time trader. I am a full-time trader and I have been for past years. But all I'm saying is that, for example, like right now, if I have to trade and focus on that to meet my this month's expense, right? Like an expense is coming up and now I have to trade to meet it. Probably I'd end up making some big mistakes, right? Or I would still have that psychological pressure in my trading to to do it. uh on the other hand, if you have like your expenses already, like at least few months or like a year's worth of your expenses already uh managed through crypto or whatever, right? It could be that you have already made some really great gains on crypto that now you don't want to have to worry about your next year or two of your expenses and stuff. Then yeah, you can be full-time trader. There's nothing wrong with that. I am a full-time trader and have been for the past 2 or 3 years now. But I'm just saying, for people like who want to start crypto and then they are like, okay, let's quit our jobs and everything and let's quit studies and stuff and be full-time traders. You shouldn't be doing that in your early stages. I'm using 100%. First of all, the question was, where would you see next rejection? ah to be honest, this could do a like a impulsive push into 64, the way this chart looks, to be honest. But let's see, we should be getting a rejection soon. At least I want it, because I just closed my longs around like 60.6 ish something, which I regret now. I'd be up like 10-15% of my account more if I had to let them run. Yeah, this is where I closed for like a 1.5 hour gain. Let's see. I'm aggressively looking to long any pullback, but we wait for that. I'm not shorting. I'm trying to pay my debt with trading, making 50 euros a day. Uh, I would say, why not? It's good, right? You are hustling and stuff, but why not like it at least work like maybe another shift on something? Try to do like you can do multiple things at a time, right? Crypto isn't something that requires 20 hours a day to be in front of screen. Like most of my early days trading I did was as a college student, where I had to manage my like 20-24 credit hours, exams, presentations, hanging out with friends, yet managing enough time to be trading crypto full time. So all I'm saying is, just don't be too complacent with crypto, right? Always have multiple sources, no matter what. Crypto really doesn't require you 20 hours a day on screen, right? Like for example, even right now, Even though I'm like streaming an hour or two every day, giving updates in the group, trading myself, looking at charts every day, like entire day. Yet I find some good sufficient time where I can look at some other stuff. For example, like helping my father out in few things, having few things of my own running. So crypto isn't something that requires your entire day, right? Hmm. Especially if you're young, what's stopping you to just fixate on a single thing? Hmm. I'm a tech guy for supermarkets. That's good, right? All I'm saying is always focus on multiple streams, man. Don't be all in on anything in your life. I got 3 months holiday from college. I've been 24/7 crypto. That's good. You can utilize your holidays since there isn't much else to do. But at the same time, you can use your holidays for some other stuff as well, right? Do like 6 7 hours a day crypto, then maybe look for some online freelancing stuff or try to learn some new skills and stuff. I must go now. HBJ just wanted to drop by and say hello to. That's good. Best of luck, brother. I hope you get the job. I really do. And make some editing on videos. That's good. That's good. Doesn't hurt to have some extra set of skills. Almost 1 year of crypto. I really want to keep up. Still got too much to learn. That I agree with. Like till date, I still learn like every few days something new, right? Watching people that were before me in this market, learning something from them, learning some new dynamics every day. Uh, there's no, stopping and learning no matter how long you have been in the market, especially if you're not adapting. And if you end up believing that you know everything, that's where like your downfall as a trader starts. Like that's the complacency stage you get into. And I've been, you know, I've gone through that multiple times in past years where like for a few months, I was like, okay, I'm good with what I know and stuff. I just need to come on screen for 2 3 hours, trade for a day, and be done with it and stuff. As soon as you start thinking like that, that's where your bad performance begins. As long as you're up to adapt and learn every day, you do really good. Hmm. 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 Now, kind of lack of learning resources. There is no learning resources. You learn every day from the market, right? Just keep staring at price action every day. Start looking for similarities. Because one thing that's common within the market, and you could be sure on, is that market participants keep on repeating their actions every year, every week, every day. Just keep staring price action. Try to find things that has happened in the past, how they played out. But at the same time, yes, you should be looking to learn some new things. Like for example, I wasn't much into the flow side of the market for like let's say in a year or two ago, right? I was mainly just a TA based trader who just used to draw lines and stuff. Then I think a year or two ago, I started getting into learning about flow, learning about coinalize, learning about you know market positioning and stuff. And so yeah, you should always be up for. But even for that, I didn't like read a book or like buy a resource or watch get like a YouTube learning course on learning flow, right? I just opened it every single day, try to figure it myself. Watched few other professional traders who used to trade based on flow, observe them every day, observe what they post every day, try to learn from that, try to apply that into my trading. And I think that's the best way of learning. I don't think there is any specific course or a resource or a book that makes you a good trader in the market. uh Look at this candle. Which candle? Wow. What's happening, man? Is it just on Coinbase or on Perps too? Yeah, it was on Perps too. Let's look at what actually happened here. I believe it was just some big Perps position covering because I don't see any of major spot sales in this candle. By the way, we have almost piled up how much of OI? Let me check. Almost 3% of OI in this move up. But it's still mostly spotlight. So let's see. I still think it's not a time to FOMO. I think we get at least something like this too long, which I'd be looking to do aggressively long, to be honest. I think anything around 60K. Yeah, 60K down till 59.5, I'd be building some longs. OI, CVD, what else do you use at Coinalyze? As I said, go to the 27th. What was the date? Why do I always end up forgetting that date? Is it 27th June? Uh, yeah, so yeah, you can go there. I have mentioned every single thing I use on Coinalyze and how do you pull it up and how do you read that. Is it in recordings? Yes, 27th of June, if I'm not wrong. Go into recordings. Uh, yeah, Davis, it would be great if you could share the link here. Don't FOMO here. Yeah, this is the link. Let me save it myself as well. What else do we have to talk about? I'm getting bored now. You see what I tag you in? Where did you tag me in? Not now after stream. I will. uh, how's diet? I ended up like having a really bad cheat day yesterday because my trainer went on for like a few days break or vacation, whatever. Uh, and I was like, okay, if he's on a break, let's have a 1 day break too. And I ended up eating a lot of. Your training sounds like he's haram. What do you mean by that? What PM US Open at your time? What time US Opens at my time? It's like 6:30 PM my time. Nah, uh, I think he's a uh like really dedicated in what he does because there are so many days where I don't want to train and I message him that I don't want to or I don't feel like, and he could very well just not come that day, right, and have a break in free time. But he every single time I tell him that I don't want to train, he's still somehow outside my home waiting for me, and then forcefully I have to go and train with him. So I think he's dedicated with his work. Do you even sleep until daily close? I most of the time I sleep post daily close. So daily close is like 5 a.m. my time, and I sleep around like 5 a.m. and then wake up around like 9:30 a.m. Just put less food inside face. Thanks a lot, Groot. I didn't know about that. I heard Pakistan got cut off internet few days ago. Was it real? It wasn't Pakistan. No, no. It was like our government is getting some firewall technology from China, and they are trying to implement it over here as well, and they are not succeeding in it. Now they sent back that technology. I don't know how it works, but they sent back the firewall technology to China because it wasn't working well, and now probably next week they'd get it back. And the technology is based on like the way China does the surveillance over internet activity of its people. Our government wants to do that as well. So due to all this happening, a lot of time our like internet connection like takes a hit. But mostly like if you're using a VPN and a good VPN and stuff, it doesn't affect you much. You still haven't done a one-on-one session with me yet. Tavish, I haven't done a one-on-one session with anyone. People are asking for resignation of current government there. I don't think so. You guys are in trouble. You'll end up moving to America. Just, I like. I don't plan on moving anytime soon. To be honest, I still love here. Salam, Rahim. How are you doing, brother? Any monkey? pox case in Pakistan. I think I read that there were like one or two cases popping out like a week ago, I believe. Now I don't know what's the current situation, but closed BTC too early. Yeah, I did. But also, you joined the stream late because we ended up longing BTC for a good move from like 59,800 something, 3P'd around 60.6. But yeah, officially for the group, I fumbled a good play today. Not only on BTC, but also on ETH. Mhm. But I'm looking for long soon. Any pullback into like 60K would be a really good long opportunity. How are stocks looking closer to the close? Hmm, let's see. No short at 61.4. I'm not favoring shorts too much, Ryan. I think you joined stream late, but I gave like multiple conferences of why I like and long there and why I'm expecting a move into like 64 at least. Uh, so yeah, I think we get a move into 61.4 at least in coming days. Like look at the structure inverted, right? For me, I'm just looking to short any push up into a breakdown. Mm. Let's see if we are lucky to get that pullback or not. Because like if I was short on this structure, I would expect like a straight puke into 64K to be honest. Why did we close longs then? Like right now or before the one I called out for the group? The one on stream? Uh, because it's still at a weekly res, so 61.4 is still a weekly res uh on BTC. And I think yeah, we closed it around here. So we tapped the supply. Yeah, I think we closed around here. I was like, we tapped this trend, tapped this supply. Now let's book profit and relong at this retest. Seems like which we are not getting yet, but hopefully. What do you see when a coin got strength after touching limits? I get first half of your question. How do you find strength in a coin? But what do you mean by like after touching limits? What is the retest entry? Uh, I'm looking for something around 59.8 till 60K if we get. Is he talking? Can't you hear me? Watson Powell speaking Friday. Not sure on much on what to expect from Friday, but probably it would be like nothing burger to be honest. I think the only macro thing you should be concerned on uh is the FOMC next month. That's the only thing I have in my list to be looking at. Does Pakistan have other languages than Urdu, like Punjabi? Yeah, there are multiple languages here. So you have Urdu as national language, then you have Punjabi, then you have Pashto, then you have Sindhi, Seraiki. There are like I think six, seven languages spoken here. I'm really considering putting my whole contract account into spot and go half with and touching grounds for 3 weeks. Uh, Depends, crude. I think these are actually the conditions if you really want to get into like your intraday trading skills. This is where you learn the most, to be honest. Uh, don't let a bad day, get you disheartened and get away from the market. Like, I'm not stopping you from accumulating stuff and buying important things. All I am saying is these are actually good conditions to be trading intraday. Like, what do you want to come back to? Like, up only market? How exactly would you want to trade a up only market on intraday leverage, right? Uh, those are actually the conditions where you would like once this chop and all this range ends, those would be the condition where you would want to be just sitting on your spot bags and then just go on a break or a vacation or something while your spot bags go up, right? Point is, these are the times where you focus on your entire trading skills, focus on this price action. You had a bad day, it doesn't matter, right? I didn't play this today really good as well, right? Doesn't mean I get disheartened by the market and just look for something else. Can you speak Punjabi? Slightly, because my parents are Punjabi, so a little bit. Hmm. I fully TP'd BTC thinking we would get lower. I'm sick. I'm in the same place as yours. I had a really good size BTC position because uh, it was such a tight stop loss play for me. It was just like what a $300-400 stop loss that I longed here, and I've booked fully like around 60.6. I would have gotten almost by now like an extra 15% or even more account gain if I had held that. But doesn't matter, man. I'm ending my day in profits. My account is up good. I don't care about what move market does now. You can very well now wait for the next move and make money again. This is what I posted the other day as well, right? Never fixate on prices or moves or I've missed this, I've done this. Uh, you can always start from tomorrow and catch another move and make some good money out of it. Pakistan Punjabi is different than Indian Punjabi. I think they are like very similar, but Indian Punjabi, I feel like it's more like clean, and the actual Punjabi accent that you find is from the India. Here, it's mixture between Saraiki and Punjabi and few different accents, but mostly it's similar. My third one streamed the power of the Habibi. What did you do? Long these? Not bad, but another advice I would give you, Groot, is when you have a bad day, don't try pushing things again. Like if the best thing to do on a bad day is just stay off. Yeah, don't do this. Don't play with your luck and don't try to. Yeah, don't like for example, I did ended up catching some part of this move up, and I'm happy now. But even if I had not caught it, and I'd be depressed right now of closing my longs and stuff, I would just chill for the rest of the day and wake up tomorrow and see what next I could do. And trust me, you don't need to catch these big moves for your account to grow. If you miss, doesn't matter. Like uh, after today's profit, my entire trading account since 1st August would be up like what 120% by now. And trust me, I have not caught a single big move of this month. Yet, I'm good up a lot. The reason being that you just need to bet good size on your good conviction plays, and that's it. And even if you catch 2-3% on those setups where you could size up good, you have good confidence, your account would grow a lot instead of foaming into these big moves and misplaying them. My portfolio is up to like 20% from weekend, been hitting a lot of trades with very small risk. Thanks a lot for guiding the way. You're welcome. Now I think a lot when I open a position. That's good, to be honest. I think, and that's the mistake one people make, and that was the mistake even I did today, right? um when I posted that I'm not feeling good about my trading today isn't because like I'm got any loss or something. The reason was because I wasn't thinking too much before entering a position and building a setup, building a reasoning, and then entering a trade. I was just trading more based on my guts than in, setting up reasonings and setup and then trying to enter. And I think that's the most important thing. I think most of people do the opposite, right? They enter a trade and then most of the thinking goes into the trading once they have entered the trade, right? Where it should be quite opposite, where most of your working thinking, invalidation, your conviction, everything should be sorted way before you enter, way before you start pressing the buttons. This is why I think this month I've taken the least number of trades compared to past months, yet my account is up the most compared to past months. When you don't find a good reason to enter a trade, don't enter. You miss a move, doesn't matter. Mhm. Like by yesterday, I had only taken like what 40 orders on my overall account in 22 days, which is still way less. Like usually it would have been like 100, and like 200 positions or orders in a month, or even more than that. You going to New York after Singapore? I'm going to neither of these. Uh, Anything that's coming nearby on a trip that I'm making is probably next week or a week after that. I'm going back into mountains, but this would be like a short trip, like a 3-4 days trip where I'd be going on like Wednesday, Thursday, coming back on Sunday. And then probably in like late October, early November, I'm going to like Thailand and probably Malaysia with some of my friends that I have plan on. Why are you non-social? You're scared of growth. I'm not non-social. I'm just like not too much into meeting new people, to be honest. Uh, I have a friend circle which I've been with like for the past 12-15 years. And those are the people I meet every day. I go on to trips and I plan everything. Like if you ask me to, go to a new place, meet new people, I won't be up to that too much. Thailand for Ladybug, nah. Probably we won't be even like staying in Bangkok or such places. Most of the places we are visiting are the islands like Phi, Phuket, and few more. You said you will take me on mountain trip next year. We can talk about that. Next year is still not here, right? But we have been friends for almost a year. I get that, right? Like for example, there are a lot of people in WG that I've known for like what 3 years and even maybe even more than that. Talk to them every day, known even on calls and meetings and stuff. Yet it's still very different where you meet people in person versus if you know them just over the screen. Phuket is the ladybug capital for real, but it's still a beautiful place. Ping pong show? No, I'm not. We are not doing any of this stuff. How do you determine your TPs? I miss out on a lot closing positions. What do you mean? Like you end up booking early every time? Wow, you had a 56K entry. Insane. Where did you book? I think mostly if you depends on setup to setup, but mostly look at high time frame resistance areas and supply areas. Like for example, when I was long yesterday from here, I took decent out around 59.8, and it was a good decision somehow because we pretty much retraced most of the move after hitting this mid range. So I think having your high time frame levels along with supplies are a good way of determining where you'd want to TP. Like the reason I closed the long on stream around 60.6 was we tapping into the supply, but that also doesn't necessarily mean that you TP at the peak or top, right? Like for example, I TP'd over here. Now it's way above that, right? But I don't care about that. I got a good setup, got almost like 1.5 hour out of it. Now could very well go to 70K and I don't care. I can wake up tomorrow and look for some new things to trade. Mhm. Oh, are we going to 64K in a single candle? This was such a beautiful setup playing out. And the good thing about this structure and this setup is that it works both ways. Like I actually got the setup from like once we where we shorted Jupiter around here and it broke down. This time I just inverted BTC chart and looked exact similar. I think I might even be a bit more aggressive longing the pullback when we get instead of like 59.8, maybe I'd look for this trend retest and start scaling in. If we do, I quit. Uh, if we do what? Uh, and what would be you quit? Like if we go to 64K, you would quit crypto? For God's sake, why do you people have so much emotions to the prices, right? Like, I can guarantee you that we can go to 70K in a single candle right now, and I wouldn't even bother about that. Uh, Even though I was a really good size long on BTC a while ago and I booked profits. The point is you are in the job of intraday trading, man. You are a daily trader. You are not an investor where you are focusing on prices too much. Hmm. So did you ever made some live with Eli or any one of you guys? We have had multiple like joint streams. Like done a lot of streams with Words, with Impulse, a lot of time with Pocky, Tariq, and others. Not specifically with Eli due to the language barrier because he doesn't speak English well. But apart from Eli, I think we all have had joint streams a lot of time. We gotta get a translator in here so Eli can hop in. He does like few streams sometimes with that AI translator, and it works good. But I don't think that translator works good during live streams, right? I think those work during work well with the recorded things, right? So that like Eli first records in Italian, and then that AI thing translates it into English, and then convert and posts it. But I don't think if that could work in a live stream. I know how Eli does it so well. I agree. Uh, Especially in sniping alts and stuff, he's really good at it. What if this was the dip, guys? Imagine the smell of being that sideline. I don't think so. Like, I do expect to move towards 64K this week, but nothing like a bull run resuming or up only to new all-time highs or stuff like that. Like, if you really believe that, then literally you can buy right now what's about being sidelined. Most of the alts are still down a lot from, like, you're just looking at BTC, right? It's Yes, it's at 62 or what, but most of the alts are still down like 15-20% from last week. Even Pepe is down like 10-15% from last week. So if you feel like that, you can scale in. But I overall think on BTC, you could be a bit euphoric that, we are pushing into 64, 65. But most of the alts, I don't think so. Let's see. I'm liking the Sol acceptance above 143. Hmm. Johnny was saying how Labor Day will be pivot point. Do you think going into September things will start? Yeah, I think like late September, October is my best guess. HBJ, why do sometimes I think max 60 to 500, but let's see. Yeah, HBJ, why do sometimes CBD decreases when price and OI go up? Uh, if you're looking, it mostly happens with perps. Uh, can sometimes happen with the spot CBD as well. If like there is a perp led move and spot is continuously selling, in that cases you can see spot CVT down and everything else up. Um, then the second scenario where if the price is going up and you said OI is also going up and perp CVT ends up going down, hmm, that could mean that there are more shorts. Then yeah, it kind of tells you that there are like more longs and more shorts. Both both are happening because price is somehow still going up, so you can't say that it's shorts only just because of CVD going down. But you can say that on net terms there are more shorts than longs opening due to CVD going down and price going up. My Indian friend once told me this, and it opened my eyes in day trading. Price does not matter if you have a house; it is as long way from layer one to as it is from 10 to 11. I didn't exactly get the example that you shared, but I somehow get what you are trying to say is that in the end, all you need to make money is volatility, right? Whether whether it's from 56 till 61K, or whether it's from 70 to 72k, all you need is that 3-4% volatility to make your daily profits, right? So it doesn't matter whether you are longing at 56k, 60k, 70k. That's exactly what I was trying to say the other day, right? People fixate on prices too much. Like, two sort of biases you should never fixate to, right? One is directional bias, where someone just gets overly bullish or overly bearish and ends up not like flipping when there is time to. And second is when someone fixate on price bias too much, right? And price bias is, for example, uh, you longed at 58k, you TP'd at 60k. Now price is going way higher, right? Now you don't feel comfortable longing 62k, even though you have a really good setup for longing at 62k, just because you ended up closing your previous long at 60k, and now you are like, okay, if the price doesn't come back to 60 where I closed or lower, I won't long, just because of the kind of a emotional attachment to the price you have, right? Whereas if you long at 62k, it ends up going to 64, 65, you would still end up making great money, right? But you won't, just because of you having a price bias and emotions attached to a price. Also, it could a lot of time end up making you take a trade which you shouldn't, right? For example, you missed a move up and now you're like, I don't want to miss more, and you FOMO in, and then you end up losing, in fact, right? So point is, you should never fixate to any sort of prices. Just whatever happened on the day, sleep on that. You made profit, good. If you didn't, good, still good. Sleep that day, wake up tomorrow, look at what prices you have as the prices you ever had, right? Forget about whatever prices you had yesterday or a day before or a week before. What prices you wake up to are the prices you ever had, and those are the prices now you should be up to be trading or not trading. That's something you should decide with a fresh mindset, not focusing much on what happened yesterday or the price you missed yesterday or before. What did you share, Tavish? Price up, OI up, CVD up, net longs bullish. Uh, okay, I could agree with this first thing. Maybe, yeah, good momentum if all these four things are going up. Um, Another thing is price up, volume up, open interest up. That's bullish. That is completely subjective. That isn't something that you could just say that it's bullish. Price up, OI up, long liquidations, and funding is negative. That's bullish. I don't think so. A lot of time this could happen at tops as well. Now, this is just complete crap. Don't Trading isn't something you just like memorize, right? Like, okay, these four things happening, okay, this is bullish, four things happening, this is bearish. Nah, this it doesn't work like that. You always have to build a story around what's happening, right? Like, for example, if price is going up, OI is going up, something is happening with funding and CVDs, you first need to interpret with what actually is happening behind all these four things that you are trying to memorize, right? And then based on that story that you just deduced from those four things, then you base your bias on, right? It's not something you just like rote learn or memorize and then just on it. What about this scenario? What is this scenario? A retest into, yeah, that's what we talked about, Mahmood, that I might end up being a little aggressive on longing the pullback. Like, if I'm looking at this inverted chart and if this was a alt that I wanted to short, I would have just waited for a push up, this trend retest, and back down. So yeah, I agree. Anything around 60, I think this should be your long pullback zone if you get this yellow box with invalidation below 59.8. Because if you're a longing a pullback, you wouldn't want price to go back below this 59.8. This would invalidate my at least my bullish bias. So long anything around this yellow box, have invalidation below 59.8, and I think you do good. Don't think we even get a pullback straight to 63. Could be. This is why I'm not shorting, right? For me, it's either a pullback and long. If not, then set idle and see what happens tomorrow to trade. We closed the shorts. Longs way too early. 60.6 is where I closed. Good. Good job. Where should my funds go if I cut loss my underwater AI baggage? Vijay, are you meaning what you should rotate into from AI? First of all, you are getting tired of long term plays or you are getting tired of AI specific? Both? I think even though I've a lot of time talked about how I don't like long term plays and how a lot of people who aren't, too much into, who aren't that aware of macro dynamics and how cycles work and stuff shouldn't do long term. But this is the worst time to be getting out of stuff, right? Like you survived the entire summer drawdown, stuff is down like 80% or what. And we are coming closer to summer end. Probably we get some good run closer to like October, November, like just 2 months away. And this is the time you feel like getting out of the stuff you ended up tolerating for the past months. I don't think so is a good decision. But yeah, get if you're talking about what narratives could do well in midterm, if you mean like coming month or two, I think I need to work on that to be honest. I haven't been focusing too much on the alt side of the market for this entire month. And even if I wanted to, I'm not seeing anything like really interesting narrative that I could be bullish on. Like earlier, it used to be memes. I do believe overall, when the funds start resumes again, memes would do good. But short to mid term, most of those meme charts don't look that good, to be honest. Uh, so I can't say answer that right now. I would say just give me like few days, maybe I'd able to like at least research a little, see what is looking good for coming months, what sort of narratives could pop up. But right now, I don't think that I have a definitive answer of which basket or which narrative could do well in coming months. If I deposit more USDT from savings, where should I allocate? I think into your intraday trading. These are one of the really good conditions where you learn your intraday trading, you be good at it, you grow your intraday trading account and stuff. Nah, nah, bad. What do you mean by that? Ah, okay. Makes sense. Then probably like I think these are still not the conditions where you should be swinging things, to be honest. Like even though I expect to move into 64 or something, but most of the alts I still don't believe would give any strong run in foreseeable future. Like obviously if BTC is heading into 64, 65, alts would give a good mean reversion, like a 20-30% move in coming days and week. But overall I still expect a good amount of long range, at least till like late November something, late September, October something. So next 2-3 months I still believe is a time for you to not fixate into any bias, play every direction on the market, grow your intraday trading account, and be happy with wherever market goes. I don't think these are still good conditions to be swinging stuff. And I'm talking about like if you want to like short term or mid term swing, want to build like swing position something. For long term investing, yeah, you can gradually scale into stuff, have plans and stuff. But next 2 3 months, I don't see anything like a strong trend resuming anytime soon. To be honest, no adding money to futures. Kind of makes sense, but yeah, like I wouldn't recommend you to adding more to your like leverage trading unless your current account is profitable, right? You only add more once you have it is proven that over a few months you have done good. You are into a sustainable growth into your trading account. That's where you could size up, add more. Not until then. That's good. That's really good. I think you should, to be honest. The best things, to be honest, I always like that give me the most happiness, and I end up doing is when like I have a good month, I make great profits, and I end up withdrawing it. I give some of it to my father, um, do some stuff for myself, buy some stuff. I think that's the best feeling as a day trader, to be honest. Uh, Next month you restart again. This is why when a lot of people say that how much growth over a year you get on your trading and stuff, I never have a same account balance on any month, right? Like this start of August, I started with a new balance, withdrew my profit from last month, gave some to my family, bought some stuff for myself. This month I started trading again, and most likely I do the same once this month ends. This is like kind of your uh, full-time job you are doing, right? So when you get a salary on your month end, what do you do with your salary? You withdraw your salary, you spend some on yourself, you spend some on your loved ones, and then save remaining, right? That's pretty much you should be doing with your crypto profits as well. Mhm. Mhm. There's no better feeling than this. I agree 100%. Because if you are just like accumulating your profits and then just depositing them into your cold wallet or something that I used to do in like my first few years, uh, it kinds of make everything just too dull for you, right? You just lose the motivation to grind more, to be honest, because in the end all you are doing is just make your numbers go up. That doesn't excite you after a certain period of time. When you actually start to do some meaningful stuff out of the money you make every month, that's where you get the motivation to keep on working the next month as well. Hmm. Have a good night, brother. For God's sake, please think of changing your name. Like, how could I even talk to you? Like, you said, have a good night, and I was about to say, have a good night. Like, what would I have said? Have a good night, bastard, or what? You too, brother. Have a good time. I don't remember who mentioned banana to me. I think it was Jeff. But if it does flip $48, it would be a good setup to try. Waiting for this. Saw looks good too, flipping above 143. Let's see how things shape out over here. I might not wait for a pullback and start taking some longs on alts for a continuation, but I first need to see some like consolidation and some triggers from the flow side. which educational material would you recommend most on this Discord? I think it depends on which trader you relate the most, and you feel like this is the trading style you want to have, right? Uh, then the next thing you decide on, what things you want to learn. Like for example, I think each one of the corner mods and the academy mods we have here, each one of us have a completely different kind style of trading. So first of all, you need to decide what sort of trading you feel like works good with the mindset you have, and then you start digging into it. And I think every one of us mods have some sort of educational resources in the uploaded in the group. How many screens do you use now? So Bhav, when I'm at my home, it's still the single MacBook screen. Like right now, I'm streaming on my MacBook with a single screen. But when I'm in my office that I recently made, there I have like four screens. I'm kind of in a situation to choose between to be a momentum trader or a limit long trader. I think that Davis, you should be kind of like focusing on both, to be honest. You should be focusing more on which sort of trading you should do in which sort of conditions, right? For example, the conditions we have had since start of August, if you exclude those like big dump and the strong buyback, apart from that, 80% of the time throughout this August, we have been in a good tight range, right? These are sort of conditions where you wait, like not at least limits. Like I still don't limit, because I wait for my confirmation and then I long or short. But those are good conditions where you should wait for your levels, whether it's a limit or whether you know, your question should be whether you should be trading extremes or whether you should be trading in the middle. I think that's better term to use instead of limit or momentum. So these two type of trading, I think, should be dependent upon the conditions you have, right? Like the conditions we have had in most part of this August, these are good conditions to be only trading the extremes, right? Avoiding trading the middle, avoid trading you know betting on continuation, right? If you got a big move, you missed it, now don't chase that, right? And then look to trade the extreme to the other side. So these sort of conditions are really good to be just waiting for the extremes to trade. On the other hand, once you get a trending price action, those are the conditions where you should let go your extreme trading strategy, right? Because in those conditions, if you end up being like a limit trader or a extreme side trader, then most likely you would end up either wrong trading, because for example you would be like, okay, we have gone up a lot, now I should short, whereas in a trending price action we could keep on going up, right? Those are sort of conditions where you should like trade in between, trade momentum, chase the moves. Whereas conditions like we have had for the good part of this August and even before in the summers, these are kind of conditions where you bet on extremes and, like as you said, limit long on the extremes or limit trade on the extremes. I don't think you should fixate on any one of them, because like majority of the time we are ranging, right? 80% of the time, even in a bull market, we are ranging. Those are the conditions where you should be using these limit kind of strategy, right? Just trading the extremes and stuff. Whereas once things start to trend, that's where you should switch to momentum chasing and continuation longs and stuff. Mm. Okay, I guess this would be it from my side. Also, I remember someone asked about Sundog in the beginning of the stream, and it has dumped what, like 20%. I don't know if this wick was only on Mexi, but because it's a really low liquidity shit exchange, but already down 37. I think it could go down into like this would be a really good buy zone if you get on Sundog. Mhm. Okay, I think this would be it from my side. We have talked about everything, and that would be it. If I have to summarize, what I'm looking at is I'm not interested in shorts, as I believe we are heading into like 64K this week. Uh, but I'm also not longing right here around the highs. I'm looking at two of the scenarios. One is where we don't get the pullback, but for that, I'm still not chasing these green candles. The least I would want is a bit of consolidation, right? We don't get a pullback, but we consolidate for a while. And if within that consolidation I continue seeing some strong spot bids and strong momentum, I'd probably look for some alts long. If not, then this yellow box is a really good area to be, longing on a pullback. Overall, I think we are heading on to like 64, 65 this week, probably, as long as stocks keeps on performing the way they are. So yeah, this is it from my side. Hope you will had a good time. Uh, You think you go long before sleep? Groot, I am awake for the next like 3, 4 hours. So till then, if I get any triggers, I try. If not, then I'll wake up early for the Asia session and see something at that time. So yeah, that's it from my side. Hope you will had a good time. Will update in my corner if I find anything. Till then, take care. Stay safe and talk to you people soon. Allah Hafiz.